It was quite an address this morning to the United States Congress from the president of Ukraine, Zelensky, wearing the gray fatigues t-shirt that he has become known for in a lot of social media posting and public communications, because he is a man, as is his country, under siege right now. The Russians are closing in on Kyiv, the capital city of Ukraine, among other cities, hitting it with airstrikes, artillery, rocket, and other munitions. And right now, they're desperate for as much outside assistance and help as they can possibly get against the Russian military juggernaut. Now, there are some areas that Zelensky is very likely to get exactly what he wants, which is additionally to what he's already gotten in areas like what Russia's calling economic warfare against the Kremlin. Here is Zelensky, for example, asking specifically for more U.S. sanctions against Russia.
I call on you to do more. New packages of sanctions are needed constantly, every week, until the Russian military machine stops. Restrictions are needed for everyone on whom this unjust regime is based. We propose that the United States sanctions all politicians in the Russian Federation who remain in their offices and do not cut ties with those who are responsible for the aggression against Ukraine, from State Duma's members to the last official who has lack of morale to break the state terror. All American companies must leave Russia from their market, leave their market immediately, because it is flooded with our blood.
All American companies, he says, must leave the Russian market immediately. Now, there have been a number of companies that have said they will stop doing business in and have already pulled out from their financial relationships with the Russian Federation, and that could well continue in the days ahead. The Biden administration has certainly been escalating the economic actions taken against Russia, including sanctioning of different industries, going after the Russia via the SWIFT banking system. Are they able to really stop the flow of oil, though, which is necessary for Putin's war machine to be funded in the first place? That remains an open question. But on the economic sanctions front, Zelensky's likely to get more of that. And so, in a sense, that part of the speech today will be met with his request, not demand, will be met positively. This is where things get much more complicated, though. The request for a no-fly zone over Ukraine. Again, here is what the president of Ukraine said this morning to the United States Congress.
This is a terror that Europe has not seen for 80 years, and we are asking for a reply, for an answer to this terror from the whole world. Is this a lot to ask for, to create a no-fly zone over Ukraine to save people? Is this too much to ask? Humanitarian no-fly zone, something that that Russia would not be able to terrorize our free cities.
A humanitarian no-fly zone was said there. There have been different discussions about what exactly a no-fly zone would entail, but here's the basics of it. To stop Russian planes from flying in Ukrainian airspace on strike missions and providing close air support, and this would also apply to Russian attack helicopters as well, which have been used frequently in assaults on Ukrainian forces. To do that, you would have to have U.S. air assets deployed that would shoot down those Russian planes, shoot down Russian fixed-wing, rotary-wing aircraft. That would be an act of war, there's no question about it. So how is it that we would not find ourselves in the midst of a declaration of war from Russia? Unless Vladimir Putin, who's just mobilized a couple 100,000 troops to invade a neighboring country, all of a sudden decides that his own planes being shot out of the sky by a third-party belligerent isn't an act of war, we would be in a war with Russia.